What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today we're going to be talking about the faction capitals and Warlords of Draenor. Now, I've got a lot to say here, so this might be a little bit of a longer video, but hopefully it won't be. Anyway, if you guys don't know, the faction capitals were going to be Karabor and Bladespire for the Alliance and Horde, respectively. Well, that actually got changed, and Blue Post confirmed that a couple days ago. Well, guess what? People are fucking pissed, and they kind of should be, because I think it's a very bad decision, and we're kind of going to be talking about why. Basically, Karabor is the Black Temple area, and they redid Karabor, and I'm going to have some video clips in this video just kind of showing what it looks like and how great it looks, honestly. And I was really very impressed. Like, I didn't even really know what it looked like, and whenever I read about this stuff, I actually went over there. And to know that, you know, it's a possibility that this might not actually be the faction city, it's really disappointing, honestly. And I mean, if I was an artist that worked on this, it would be very disappointing for me, too, to just kind of have this thrown by the wayside, the same way Gilneas was. And it kind of sucks, and the Frostwolf area is also really cool, but I think that Karabor is a little bit cooler. Now, basically, the main reason why they say that they don't want these faction capitals to be Karabor and Bladespire is that we go into this world and we need the help of the Draenei and the Frostwolves to stop the Iron Horde, not the other way around. And so, I mean, in short, like, we should have our own cities and they should have their own. We're not necessarily on the same team, but we are because we do quests with them, and so that doesn't really make sense. But I'll just let that slide. But the main reason here is that, obviously, if you guys don't know, the reason that we're going back in time is to stop Garrosh, who magically has gone back in time to destroy the world, pretty much, or at least make his own horde and kill all of the trolls. And I think he doesn't like blood elves. I'm pretty sure about that. Basically, kill everybody that he doesn't like. And so the first thing here I want to talk about is the logic. Now, this is going to be mainly like time travel. And basically, Garrosh is going back in time to do all the stuff that I was talking about, and we have to stop him. And that implies that Garrosh, in the end, will probably lose, or like, worst case scenario is he's not going to win. Now, there are two different logical perspectives you can look at this from in terms of like time travel. And the first one is like the multiverse theory. And what that really says is that there are infinite amounts of realities that are occurring. And by the way, this is probably not that probable one that's being used in the Warcraft storyline. But I will go over this because it's also another idea that can be talked about. And basically, there are infinite amounts of realities that are occurring, and Garrosh is not necessarily going into and changing the current reality. He's basically tapping into another reality by going there through time travel. So he's not actually time traveling, he's just like traveling through different universes or realities. And so, I mean, obviously, I don't really think that that's going to make a whole lot of sense, and the reason for that is that there'd be no reason to stop him, because that reality would already be occurring. He's just basically tapping into it and kind of doing his own thing in that reality. I mean, he's not necessarily hurting anyone that wouldn't already be hurt, because the reality would have already occurred in the first place. Now, the second idea here, which is what most of the Warcraft storyline is based around, is a time-space continuum. And what that means is that the actions in the past affect actions in the future. So if you go back in the past, you can affect the future. And the problem with this is that it's called the grandfather paradox. And what that means is you can't go back in time to kill your own grandfather, because in doing so, you would make your own existence cease. You would cease to exist, and so the action couldn't be completed. It would be an impossible loop. And by the way, this is why you go to like Calling of Strathlome. It's why you go to Black Morasses, the Infinite Dragonflight, the Black Dragons. Those assholes. Well, basically, what they want to do is they want to go back in time and change the past so they can, have some sort of success in the future or in the present. And obviously, that makes a whole lot of sense for them. And that's why the Bronze Dragonflight with like Nozdormu and like Chromie and all them, well, they want to stop that because they don't want that to happen. They're trying to kill Thrall, all kinds of bullshit that they're trying to put down. Well, Garrosh really can't go back in time, because if he does succeed, then, he kills everybody that he wants and all that. Well, we would have never killed him in Siege of Orgrimmar. That would have never even happened. So the event that would lead him to go back in time would have never even occurred, and so it's an impossible loop that logically cannot even occur. Now, we can look at it from the other perspective. Now, if we actually do defeat him, we stop him, and everything's fine. Well, then we would effectively remove Garrosh from the storyline retroactively, and so we wouldn't even be able to do the Siege of Orgrimmar fight, and we would have never even gone back in time in the first place. So it's another logical loop that literally, I mean, it can't even occur under any sort of logic. I mean, the main reason I wanted to talk about this is obviously, yeah, this is like kind of like very theoretical and like scientific and, you know, science fiction and all that. Well, guess what? It's fucking time travel, and, you know, it's part of science fiction, and if they want to have that in the game, that's cool. But it kind of has to make sense. And if you want to use it doesn't make sense as an argument, the original one has to actually make sense, and it's completely based on things that don't even make sense. Now, I didn't go there, but I saw a lot of pictures and all that, and I'll show that in the video for you guys so you guys can see what Ashran actually looks like and what these zones look like. Now, to put this into perspective, I've been really thinking of a way to kind of explain to you guys like pretty much what these cities look like. And imagine 3 or 4 years ago, you know, whenever Cataclysm was being announced, they decided that instead of having Stormwind and Orgrimmar and, you know, all the main cities that we've had being the main cities, they were going to put our main cities in Tol Barad. And the main city is about the size of like Valiant's Keep or something like that, like the starter zone in either, you know, a really good example of this is in Twilight Highlands. Whenever you go there, if you're Alliance or Horde, like that base that you're in, it's roughly about the same size. And I apologize, I actually don't have any footage myself because I have not been able to get over there in the beta. It doesn't let you, and the only person that was able to was like a server crash, something like that. So I can't really give you guys my own footage, unfortunately, but I'll give you guys a link to the video. And so imagine that, you know, everybody's excited, you know, new world and everything, and they're removing all of the auctioneers and the innkeeper and, you know, all that other stuff, your bank. They're taking all that out of Stormwind and they're putting it all in Tol Barad. So you have to do all of your stuff there, and they're pretty much forcing this on you. And there's not even an option to have it in Stormwind, which is what a lot of people want. Is they just want to have an option to have it in Karabor, like not necessarily, okay, you know, fine, we can't have it. We can't, you know, only have Karabor, which is I think would be the best option personally. But, you know, it would be nice if you could have Karabor also, you know, just like a second city, the same way there's like Ironforge and Stormwind. And so I did go to the cities, and I'll show you guys what the cities look like. I don't like to kind of make people like little waiting to hear my real reaction on it. They look like shit. They look like basically you took well, actually, you know, if you guys have ever played on one of those private servers, you know, like Morad WoW or one of those stupid servers where it's basically a 14-year-old who can't afford a $15 subscription, and so he makes his own server, and it sucks. And there's all kinds of different weird shit in there. There's like Thunder Furies that you can loot out of like barrels, and like everybody can dual wield the Ashbringer and everything else. And so anyway, all that stuff is going on, and you go to like a city, because a lot of these people, they make their own little cities. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It looks like a city that was made in a private server. Definitely not a multi-million-dollar company's like official server. Like this is their product here, and it's like an amateur took the Blizzard toolkit, and this is their first draft of like a little town. And what bothers me about this is that, I mean, these cities have been so painstakingly made. It's like, obviously, I think that these are probably some of the best cities in the entire game, honestly. I went to Karabor, and it looked fucking awesome. I'm really excited to like go there. I'm actually probably going to log on to beta and just ride around there for a while because it looks so awesome. And so I'm really happy about that. And to find out that I'm not even going to be able to have that as like my main city, I mean, that's really kind of disappointing. And the thing is here, like why we're really doing this video is that what is the point of beta? What is the point? And the point, one of the main points, is to kind of sort out things and to get feedback from the players, from the users, and all that. Well, you know, you guys made, I guess I'd be talking to Blizzard, but Blizzard pretty much made a forum. They made all kinds of things. There's even a separate thing like within like the UI, I'm pretty sure, in the beta, where you can actually submit a suggestion or anything like that directly about like a bug or whatever. And so there's all this emphasis basically put on feedback, and that's why they're having the beta, to get players' feedback. Well, players are giving you feedback. Like, this is my feedback right now. Like, I played alpha, and I played beta too. I'm playing it like right now. Actually, I closed the program now, but I mean, it's going to be back, and I'm going to be playing it as soon as I finish this video, and it's great. I love it. Like, if the beta is anything, like if the actual game is anything like the beta has led me to believe, this is probably going to be the best WoW expansion that's ever come out by a mile. Like, it's fucking great. I love it. Like, garrisons, like, this is an amazing, amazing expansion. I love all of the ideas, and what really bothers me is it's just this weird decision. It's not, I wouldn't even say it's dumb. It's weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and I don't really know why, and I hope that it's just something that, you know, will be reverted, and that's why I'm really making this video, because, you know, again, you know, they wanted feedback. You know, here's my feedback, and, you know, go on the forums. Like, over half the posts that I saw, those were all feedback about this issue. So, I mean, if you're going to ask for feedback, you know, why don't you listen? And hopefully they will, and if they don't, that's going to suck. But I suggest to you guys to look online and just look on this video. I'll have some of this stuff on there too, and look how great these cities look. And you know, that's what we could have. You know, and they're saying no. You know, we're not going to have that, and that's why I'm confused, and that's why I brought up all this stuff with time travel. It doesn't even make sense lore-wise, really. When you break it down, it doesn't make sense. And I just really hope that this is reverted, because Warlords of Draenor is really great so far, and I just don't want to have something silly like this be an issue. So, guys, that's all I've got. If you have any, if you have a different opinion than me, you know, let me know. You know, I'd like to talk about it with people who have different opinions. It's not going to upset me at all. But as I said before, let Blizzard know. You know, they ask for feedback, give it to them, and so hopefully they will change it. I remember with the real ID thing, with putting your real name and your real ID. Like, so many people complained about that. They changed it. So real change can happen. Just be loud enough and it will probably happen. And that's why I'm making this video, and hopefully you guys will, you know, give them your feedback as well. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching.